But that brought us to an interesting topic that we were going through. It's just like, think of a primarily like a standout Pixar film. Like it's tough to say like your favorite, but if I think we each of us, the three of us here, have like one or two favorites. And I know Anthony has like a couple of favorites. I mean, he went a couple episodes ago, talked all about Toy Story. So like
That's
those are
right. He
like
went through the
his
whole
big
trilogy.
favorites. I know he also truly loves Wall-E as a film. But I kind of want to pick your brains because I'm like the old man of the group, sort of in terms of like my picks, 'cause, as I'll go to a little bit later. But um, I want to hear what you got, like a couple of your standout Pixar films. There's already what, like I think like 19 or 20 or something now. So
So want to
there's a
do like
lot.
we each do one and then we go around again, or we
Let's each do one. Let's do one. No, just let's let it rock for a
just
little bit. Just go like
just
one or
roll.
two. Just roll with like two of them. And
So like,
Okay, we'll do two.
favorite Pixar.
yeah, like what your standard. Like, hey, you know what? Like immediately, the first one that comes to mind is like a favorite.
All right, cool. Cars 2. No, I'm kidding.
Get out.
You can
Everybody-
leave the podcast right
That's
now.
it. We've kicked out Zach. This is now the Danny and Xavier show
Yeah.
because that is the hottest, the worst take. No, I'm kidding.
All right, it's been fun, guys. I'll see you guys never.
I'll see you guys on the Formula One race. Yeah. Okay. All
right.
right. What's your first?
All right, so the first one that comes to mind, one that I've thoroughly enjoyed a lot, and I'm sorry, Danny, but I'm gonna have to say The Incredibles,
You stole
Ooh.
because that one's
26
just so fun. That's like, like
mine. The real Fantastic Four movie.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
and who did the score for that?
Michael
Michael
Giacchino.
Giacchino.
Oh man, dude, yeah, Incredibles. That movie came out. I think I was in
2003.
I was in
Yeah.
high school, and I was playing trumpet, and I remember
And you
my
would do like
trumpet
the
professor. Yeah,
It's like that spy kind of vibe. Like
I'm pretty sure. I think it was in my high school or was it my middle school. One of like my band teacher wanted us to do. Oh, okay, no, it was high school. My band teacher wanted us to do the Incredible score
ooh,
or like the main theme.
that seems fun.
I think it was for jazz band, not for the regular band, just like the jazz.
Makes
band.
sense for jazz band, but
And-
you can do a horror. Obviously, the whole orchestra thing.
Yeah.
But I remember watching the movie and then going to my trumpet lesson to my trumpet professor at the time, and I told him, "Hey Jim, like, did you watch The Incredibles?" Like, yeah, I did. I took my son to it. He's like, "Dude, how about that score?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that's some wild stuff." And then he was playing it along, like, he was like it was so cool, like have a professional just play like the super high stuff, like during the big action
Yeah.
scenes, like when Dash is running. I'm like,
like the trumpet, like
yeah, the really
yeah.
high trumpet parts. I'm just like, that is so cool, and it just got me like more inspired to play more and more. Man, dude, that's so good.
But it's not even just the like the regular like fan or not, well, I don't know if it's fanfare, like the regular like school regular theme. You have the parts during like the more like the scenes that felt more like spy / espionage kind
Yeah.
of moments where
yeah.
you have like this like slow jazz
Dude,
kind of like
yeah, Giacchino knew what he was
like the
doing
bell,
from the
like,
beginning.
dude,
Like,
just
the man just knows
master
what he's doing.
like the music was just masterful.
When he's going into the computer, Mr.
Oh,
Incredible, like in the
yeah,
cave,
to like get the
get the
information,
files
yeah.
or whatever. That the music in the background is like that
It's so like,
spy type of like.
yeah, it's like that
It's so
spy
cool.
like 60s kind of thing. It's like Danny
yeah,
said,
like
really
50s,
like
60s. Yeah, it's
I think
Like
did
James
you just say
Bond
that like this is
esque.
the Fantastic Four movie that really is like the Fantastic Four movie? Like,
yeah.
just-
we had mentioned it, I think, in a
it's-
previous one
it's
before.
so good. That's why like
Because you have like the Thing, Mr. Incredible. You have Elastigirl, Mr. Fantastic, and then you have
Violet,
Violet,
is-
which is
Invisible
Invisible
Woman,
Woman, and then Dash, instead
Right.
of being the Human Torch, he's like the Flash, or like he's Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Just
Quicksilver,
going
yeah.
everywhere. It's so good. Like,
I mean, Jack could be
just about anything.
could be
I mean, he was a Human Torch.
Human
he
Torch.
was Superman with the laser.
and I liked Jason. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Jason Lee as
Yeah,
the
Jason
villain.
Lee as
Yeah,
as
as Syndrome. Like,
Syndrome is
I
cool.
like the whole concept.
Buddy Pine or whatever. his
Yeah,
name is.
I love the idea. It's just like, hey, if everybody's super, nobody is. Like, all right, that's
Mhm.
dope.
That was
Like-
that was a good line. It's
That
like,
was deep.
But once
Yeah.
everyone's super, nobody
Nobody
is.
is. Yeah.
or
It
no
just
one will be, or whatever.
yeah, or like Edna Mode, like just bringing just
Brad
really
Bird.
that's basically just Brad Bird. But like you have these really those characters that stuck with people for like a crazy long time. Just how good that movie is. That movie made an impact and just like holy like it was like like because we had just gotten off of like Finding Nemo, and then you go into something like crazy action packed like The Incredibles, and you're like, this is awesome, man.
Oh,
Like
2004 then, because Finding Nemo was 03.
yeah, like Incredibles is afterwards, and like it was surprisingly really really good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie to me is 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
It's got
it's sit
everything.
down, watchable. The plot's great. Voice acting's great. Um, the animation's really well done still. Obviously we've fawned
I
over
mean,
the score.
for a 2004 Pixar movie, the animation looks
Looks
fantastic.
fantastic. Yeah, it's the style. That art style is just so good. And then gosh, the like uh talking about voice acting, like Sam Jackson, like as
Where's my
Frozone.
super
Honey,
suit?
where's my super suit?
Great and good. I'm the only good you need. Oh
I'm
man.
the greatest good.
Good you ever gonna need. Oh man, dude, it's so
You can tell me what my
good.
suit is, woman.
Dude, yeah, it's a good pick. That's a good first pick, man. Yeah, Incredibles. You can't go wrong with Incredibles. It's so good. Came out
Oh,
November
and
5th.
then the Jack Attack
Short
short.
with the babysitter, Mrs. Parr. I'm sorry, but he's doing some really weird things. Yeah, it's cool. Like I love that.
Jack
it's
is
good.
fine, but weird things are happening.
Yeah, weird
And
things are happening.
um, even to mention, the sequel was still pretty good.
The sequel was great too.
Sequel's still
Yep.
really good. Yeah, I liked the idea of it.
It wasn't no Cars 2.
Yeah, people were
Thankfully.
worried like, oh no, we're making a sequel that's not Toy Story
Yeah.
2. But first, we got like Finding Dory, and like that was like, okay, that's good. And then Cars 3 is like, hey, this is
We're on the
actually
right
has
track
emotion and
now.
pathos. And then Incredibles 2. Oh god, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, Incredibles 2, I thoroughly enjoyed. I saw it I think twice in theaters.
I like the
It was
villain in that one.
the villain was were they the siblings? No, it was actually just the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Um, yeah, you have to have these over the top plots and like, hey, we're gonna mind control everything. I thought was really cool. Like that was bit. That was really,
Yeah, I
really
kind
good.
of forgot who the villain was in Incredibles 2.
Kristen Wiig.
Her character
Yeah,
was
Kristen Wiig.
the what superpowers did she have?
No, she was like a business mogul, wasn't she?
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking she was one of one of the superheroes that was okay. Never mind.
No.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was where she was yeah,
I forgot the name.
No, I think it was Catherine Keener. Sorry, I said Kristen Wiig. No, it's Catherine Keener.
Okay, because Kristen Kristen Wiig, she was one of the other superheroes.
I don't think so. No, I don't know. I said
Wasn't she? Or now you have me confused.
no, there was someone else who was like Void and other stuff. Yeah, I'm going through IMDb now. It's like, oh, I remember all this stuff now. So I'm looking at it,
Void
like,
was one of the.
the other superheroes. Yeah. John Ratzenberger was the Underminer again. Oh yeah, that's I think would have been that's another fun topic we ever do later on. A good sidetrack, but like all the best John Ratzenberger cameos, like in a Pixar film.
I think the Abominable Snowman was the best one.
That one's funny. No, I love what little it was. I love the Underminer one. I'm the Underminer, and I'm like it was so like perfectly cheesy. Like it hit just right. I am the Underminer. Okay.
Everyone thinking Incredibles 2 is gonna be with the Underminer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Like
they just
2 seconds in, nope.
whooped this man senseless. I was like, you know what? Good subversion. Good for you.
I was like, great, we're gonna have a whole John Ratzenberger movie.
Yeah, and he's just like, no. That's it. All right, so your pick was Incredibles. Do you have another pick?
You know, Finding Nemo. I'm gonna say Finding Nemo because
Classic.
Classic.
I watched it a lot growing up, and I kid you not, I was able to quote the entire movie by
He
memory.
touched the butt. That's my favorite line in that entire movie.
He touched the butt.
He touched the butt. Like
Fish are friends, not food.
fish
But
off Reds.
what really sold me on that movie was the water. Amazing animation. Wow.
Yeah?
Dude, you
Can't beat
and
it.
animation
Dude.
and water.
The DreamWorks
Dude,
Studios and water.
you know the animation is great when the water looks realistic.
And crisp.
Yeah, and then even with like all the krill going through and the different how they showed off the currents,
Like they
Um,
just like the physics of how everything
things
it's just
moves in water
amazing.
is really good. Yeah.
Like it looks so lifelike and realistic.
Yeah. Then you have
But
a
obviously, stories, yeah. But
yeah,
the
the
animation.
story, yeah, animation, the details,
The
like
Yeah, the story was
water.
so yeah, the story was great, but man, like that water though.
yeah, like just
That water was
launched
wet.
Ellen DeGeneres. Like she was already popular. I think she had her like started the talk show, but then like
This blew her up.
freaking like yeah, blew her up because she's Dory. That's messed up. I'm kidding. No, she's blue. Come on, she's a blue fish. But
Blue
that
Tang.
was like that. Yeah, like that really launched it. And then I mentioned earlier talking about Albert Brooks in what's this in Drive, but it's like that the big thing that he's known for really is being Marlin
Yeah.
in Hey Marlin, he's not a fish. He's a clownfish. Tell us a joke. It's just the whole bit. That was awesome. Like, yeah, Albert Brooks just
There
really
was a
brought it
mollusk,
in
and
there.
he walks up to a sea cucumber. Normally, they don't talk sea cucumbers, but in a joke, everyone talks.
Yeah, but it's a joke everybody talks to. Yeah, that's just it's just perfect. He's like, oh, I guess.
And everyone's just kind of like, losing
Okay.
their smiles. Like,
And
Yeah,
then you
it's
got
like
Crush and
kill the mollusk.
Crush.
That's the cucumber.
Yep. Oh my God, you Darla. Hello. The ever looming threat of Darla. Just like it's just look, here's my baby girl Darla.
Fishy,
Fishy. And
wake
she
up, wake up.
wake up. And it's just the dentist's freaking niece. Oh man.
Why are
And
you
Willem Dafoe.
sleeping?
Yeah, like Willem Dafoe. What was this guy's
oh,
name?
that's right.
Yeah,
Gil.
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 Yeah, that. Yeah, like that's like one of the low key like Willem Dafoe performances. We know him now from just being like these, really high quality top tier actor now. But it's like no man, he's also can have some fun in a Pixar film.
Which is that I know it's Willem Dafoe, but then I forget it's Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I never forget that's Willem Dafoe because like that. Oh man, that and that whole crew. So my sister like since she knows French, and so basically like the shrimp guy
Jacques.
Jacques, like every
Yeah.
time he spoke, she's like, "Oh, he said this exactly." Like, "Suivez-moi." He's like,
Hey, swim with me.
"Follow me."
Follow me.
And then, dude, oh god, and then when they're doing his shark bait initiation, and they're like chanting, and then the starfish is in the background, just like, dude, no, like, dude, I forget, like,
Peach was.
it took me like 3 times to realize she's in the background doing just the most ridiculous wailing. Like that was I cracked up so hard. It was so funny. Yeah, like that's
Mount
really up there.
Wanahakaluki, I think is the
Mount
name of it.
Wanahakalugi. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's too smart. Like that movie is too good.
Yeah, that and then what's you have the Debbie, the blue one, Bubbles, and then Bloat, played by Brad Garrett.
That was Brad Garrett.
Brad
Yeah.
Garrett, yeah.
He gets so mad, he just pops them backwards. There were a lot of good gags in that movie, man. And then the seagulls and the mine. Like there were a lot of really good gags.
The seagulls
The
one.
school of fish that they're playing freaking
The
charades.
Moonfish. Oh, played by or voiced by John Ratzenberger.
Yeah. Hey, he wants to do one of these guys. Yeah. Like it's too good. Oh man, good picks, man. Dude, yeah, just
Those are two classic ones, and those are back to back, no?
Yeah, those were back to back.
It was Finding
2003
Nemo,
Finding Nemo, and then
and then
2004 The
Incredibles.
Incredibles.
Damn,
Cool, man.
pretty solid.
All right. So if you don't mind, Danny, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna because I want to end on a or at least want to like balance it out with like the feel good stuff, and then I'm gonna bring up since now I'm like sort of in my 30s, I have to like all the existential emotional stuff is gonna break me. So like 2 movies that really stood out that this first one took me a long time to really watch, and then I finally watched it, and like it broke me just completely. Like I had
Oh,
to
so you
just
hadn't watched it before, like when
I
it came out originally?
no, I didn't watch this first one in theaters because I was like, oh cool.
Okay, I was thinking of
It's
the other one.
no, not the other one, but
The
like
other one,
Amy
okay.
Poehler, this one. So it's like, oh, Amy Poehler's in this. Like this would be cool, whatever. Like this looks cool. And then everybody's like, dude, this is amazing. It's one of their best. I was like, what? Oh, I'll get around to it, and I never got around to it. And so one day I was at home by myself just watching, put on Disney Plus. I go, oh, let me try out Inside Out, and like that movie, like it was like the way it's just like fired up like how your emotions and stuff work. I was like that just it was so natural, perfect. I was like that's hilarious how like they were able to personify this and make sense. But then like towards the middle of it. I don't know if Danny, if you've seen the movie.
So the two Pixar movies I haven't seen are um, Inside Out
Okay, so you need to watch this, and I want you to
and
get back to me on
Monsters
this.
University.
Okay, so don't worry about Monsters U. It's good, but like don't worry about that. You need to go like your homework. I gave him the homework to watch Snatch. Your homework is to watch Inside Out because
Wait, you haven't seen? You're
there
lying,
No,
he's
dude.
never
You're
seen
lying.
Inside Out. Yeah,
How
he's told me
how
this
have you?
before.
I thought you went whenever we
no.
like when the we used to work for Disney and stuff. You go to the events and stuff. You never saw it,
No.
Dude, so I will just say without
dude.
spoilers,
This
'cause
is wow.
I won't go
I'm
into like deep
surprised.
stuff, but like it was a
I
really
mean, I've heard
great
it's
way to
really
like
good, but
it was a really great way
Yeah.
that like yeah, it's really good. Like it helped like process the fact that's like, like helps people understand that like your emotions are there. Like it was almost like movie therapy in a sense in some way shape or form because it's like all of your emotions have a certain place. Like you can't block one out. Like they have to work in balance, or you have to at least acknowledge them and understand that hey, it's okay to feel that certain way. Um, and then all I'll say is like Zach will know what I'm talking about. Like the moment that really broke me was Bing Bong. I I was a wreck. Like I had to pause the movie and I was there for like 10 minutes just like a mess of a human being, guys. Like I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now thinking about like I am a mess. Like and I can't explain why cuz Danny hasn't seen the movie, but it hit me in such a way that it got me thinking in a certain thing. I was like, "Oh my god." Like that's next level stuff. And like the fact that they were able like immediately like it's a certain thing that happens in the plot, but then you think about it and like you try to like relate it personally and you're just like, "Oh my god."
Because
Like
like
this
the
is
whole message of what that's
that what that whole scene was and you're just like, "Oh my god." And then at the same time it's a character doing a certain thing and like knowing the consequence of that. You're just like they're going to do it anyway because of the end goal. And you're just like, "Oh my god." Like being able to do that, you're like this is so insane. Like that broke me, man. But
damn, I
if
need to see. I'll watch
yeah.
it.
how have you not? I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
you need to
How
watch
have
it,
you
man.
not seen it, dude?
Watch it and
Wow.
and you'll understand.
Damn, it's gonna be a long
Wow.
night. Gonna watch this. Gonna watch Avatar.
Right? and then it's a bummer this hit only on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas Day of 2020.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching Soul. And first in Soul I was
Ooh,
like, "Oh, this is nice.
I'm
That's
glad you
cool.
mentioned that one.
Like this is cool." I mean, like some of my music background, like I liked the whole message behind it and like the wh- just it got to a certain I think again, like there was a certain point in the middle of the movie where you're just like,
Oh,
"Oh my god." Like the whole idea, like we've all seen it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's like the idea is not that you have to have like your calling or purpose in life. No, your life is to live life. I was like, "Ooh."
The way they showed that was, or explained that, and kind of like alluded to that
It
halfway through the film.
was
You're like,
nuts, dude.
oh,
That was like that oh man, I was damn, like I again, it was one of those moments where like I think like Christmas Day, like my family was like asleep. It's like, "Oh, I'll just sit here and watch Soul." I'm like, I'm glad I watched that by myself because again, I was a mess. But it's great positive stuff at the end. Like everyone's
great
gonna think,
animation too.
yeah, like very like all the ethereal stuff, and this is the first time I'll actually say that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross deserve an Oscar. Not for the Social Network, but for Soul, like because the music in Soul is really good. Jean Baptiste also like did work with them for the actual music, and it was Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey had a really fun dynamic, and then what's her name? She was the grandmother in Moana. She is the henchwoman for um the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Um, her name is I think it's something with a J, but she is awesome. She's also in Hunt for the Wilder People. Her name
That's
is
another one I gotta watch too.
Rachel House. Sorry, it's not with a J. Yeah, Rachel House is awesome, and so she's like the accountant that's just running in the real world trying to find them. Like she's great, and it's so good. Like the smaller side characters are great. So yeah, those are my two. Like I up definitely the first like 10 minutes are emotionally devastating, but I think it's still nice. Like it gets you with it's a nice like overall movie, and then it's more thrilling and exciting with obviously an amazing message. But those two particular, Inside Out and Soul, like broke me. Um, just man, like that just like broke me in a great way. Like it just made me like reevaluate my entire life in the best way possible. But yeah, so that's more of like the emotional seriousness of it, and then I'll let Danny take it away with his picks.
Yep. So I was gonna choose The Incredibles.
But he
That
got
was
sniped.
my all-time favorite up until this movie came out, and this movie was Coco.
Ooh, yes, that was gonna be my
I had
honorable
a,
mention.
you know,
I'm
I had a
so glad
feeling.
someone
I don't
picked
know how I
Coco.
didn't guess that earlier, but I had a feeling it was
Damn, I'm so glad.
because you mentioned it a few times before.
It's other than The Incredibles, it's the one I've seen the most.
Can I ask you, like, what was your movie theater experience like? Because just full disclosure, we're here in South Florida, so where there's a lot of Day of the Dead is normally like a Mexican holiday, but there's
Mhm.
a lot of cultural overlaps between a lot of our upbringings. So I want to know, like, that whole first 10, 15 minutes, what was like your theater like? Like I want like what were the reactions? Like
I
just
don't
with the
remember too
family or
well,
anything like
Did
but
we
that.
see it together?
I think we went together. Yeah, we went
Like
together.
for the event that
Yeah.
you had, yeah.
And it was with a bunch of family members.
All right, nice.
But it was mostly like families and their kids. It wasn't like a well, family and their
It
kids.
was like a screening
For my
thing.
aunt's his stepmom's when she worked for Disney,
Oh wow.
like all the people from the corporate office, would go
Got to
bring their
see it.
families and stuff.
Okay.
So it was more
Right
like
on. That's cool.
it's like everyone knew each other, so it wasn't like it was random
Wasn't like in the theater
people like
going in
any
where
normal day.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I remember it was like the group of us, and then you know you just look over to like my family members, and they're all like, oh, crying.
Yep.
But man, the one thing that stood out to me, like I play guitar, and I've been playing guitar for years, and Zach plays guitar too. But the music in this one, like the guitar, the animation of him playing the guitar,
They
Was-
animated
They
it, like,
actually
yeah.
pretty
mocapped. I
accurate.
think like they actually accurately
yeah.
did that. No, that was
Um,
awesome.
Michael Giacchino did the score too.
Yes, he
And
did.
he made a cameo appearance in the movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did. He's the conductor in the towards the end. Yeah.
And
The goat man.
and spoilers, but that final scene with the grandma,
Whew.
that broke me.
Remember me, dude. I remember all the internet jokes were just like, hey, when you log in into a new browser and it says "Remember me," you're like, "Oh no, it's Coco again."
No, but it had some great individual songs.
Guy
that
Garcia
really-
Bernal like did a great job. Like,
Yeah.
damn, he did such a
And
good job
you know,
as Hector. Yeah.
spoiler alert. You're here rooting for
For Miguel.
no, well, yes, for Miguel, but to find his or who was it? Was it Hector? No, it was
Well, cause basically like they're trying to find that. Oh, it must have been like Ernesto de la Cruz, like to remember Grandma Coco or like to remember the
and
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're rooting for him, and then halfway through the movie, you get like this plot twist, and you're like,
You're like, oh no, he's a
no,
scumbag.
yeah, we don't like this guy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Ernesto de la Cruz is awful, and that's Benjamin Bratt, which is funny. Like it's just like, oh no, he's terrible.
And then you start to really want that relationship with Hector. Like,
Yeah, and you realize that like,
Coco
they
and
actually
Hector.
are family. Okay, so and I ask because but your reaction was in the theater, because I remember like everybody, so like Miguel's has his whole like extended family doing all this stuff here, and yeah, it's a large family in a household. Like a lot of us can relate to that. But then like he goes to hang out with the mariachis, and then his so grandma Coco's like his great grandmother, right?
Mhm.
And so then the grandmother sees him like with the mariachi, she just whips out la chancleta.
Yeah, it's just
And
like
the whole theater is like, oh my god, like just losing it in laughter. It's just like, yup, like that's 100% accurate. Like they could have just done half of this based on a true life story. But then like yeah, the emotional waterworks came through when they do the Day of the Dead festival. You see all of the family members from their
Mhm.
altars like kind of go in like, oh look, so like, and they're like seeing and it's trying to interact with their family members, but like trying to be like, hey, there's still memories. It's so nice. And
Mhm.
you had just that was really nuts. Like that whole theater was like sobbing, like nice happy. It's like happy crying everywhere, like,
Mhm.
oh man. And then like
Or like the whole thing about like the memory, like you're
you live on
you
by
live
your
on
memory.
by memory, and then the last person that remembers you, it's like that's where.
Yeah, that's where the chain ends, and then
Yeah,
that's
like
where it
that
carries
was
on.
deep. I was like,
And you're
oh
like,
my
oh
god.
man. I'm telling you, yeah, like it's just you have times when there's really thoughtfulness into the kind of themes behind their movies. It's so good.
You're like, is this a kids movie?
Yeah, and like it is, but it's an everyone movie. Oh my god! And so like a lot of those things are going through, and the last thing I'll say is about Coco is, um, it's funny because when Coco came out, everybody's like, every Day of the Dead coming up next, they're like, hey, Feliz Dia de los Muertos, except for Ernesto de la Cruz. That guy sucks.
Yeah, that guy was trash.
Yeah, and I forget that. Yes, I don't never forget that you guys play guitar, but I forget that the guitar playing is so prominent in that movie
Hmm.
because of of all the stuff that happened, and that's cool that it kind of resonated with you guys on that in that respect. That's really
Yeah, I
awesome.
saw the like behind the scenes or documentary or whatever it was.
Hmm.
Like how they picked it, like went to locations and got actual like guitarists to
Yeah,
capture like their movements and
yeah, and
uh,
animate the details. What happens when you're fretting with your
yeah.
different fingers? That's awesome.
They even have like, which I really wanted. They had like replicas of the Coco guitar, and I was like, oh man, I really
Like
want that.
the big like
the
white
the white one with like
yeah,
the fret markers had like the teeth and the
the teeth in the
skulls, and
skull and gold. Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
That's dope. Nice. All right. So yeah, a stellar pick. Yeah, it's one of the more recent ones that came out, but it still showed that Pixar is on top of their game.
Yeah.
And so do you have another pick?
Um, Briefly we mentioned Onward. Onward was pretty good. It was a good mystical fantasy uh brother searching for father tale.
Yeah.
But another let's say another one that I really enjoy, other than the ones you've all mentioned, which might be surprising, is Luca.
Yeah. I liked Luca a lot.
Just a fun summer in Italy.
Yeah, it came out in the summer. It's just on Disney Plus, but
Yeah,
I watched it like 2, 3 times, like just because it's not too long, but and I think the kid who plays
it was in Shazam.
yeah, he's not the main character, is he? Is Luca played by the kid from Shazam, or is it the other?
It is Jack Dylan Grazer,
Yeah, so he plays
who
he's
plays
Alberto.
Freddy the friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's Freddie Freeman
Hmm. In
in
Shazam.
Shazam, but in
Yeah.
Luca he's Alberto. Yeah, like and then Jacob Tremblay is Luca. Yeah. I told you guys my favorite character in Luca, right?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe, the stupid sheepfish. He's the stupidest face. I'm glad. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that movie was at home, because I could pause it and be like, look how stupid and adorable this fish is, because how
that
stupid he looked.
that was a great design.
He's just like Giuseppe. He's like, so stupid. But that was really cool. That you saw like, um,
And you got Massimo.
yeah.
He was like a cool
Massimo's a
character.
really cool character, like and then with his daughter, and so, but
I don't know,
but
it just
it's
reminded
a
me of
good movie.
like good summer vibes as a kid, and like little adventures you'd have.
I mean, yeah, there's still like that whole idea too, like underlying themes of like trying having to hide who you are, or being afraid of of fitting in, but also being completely different, and like that difference is because either it's kind of scary. And you saw Massimo at first was like, oh, the sea monsters, whatever, but then it's just like he found out who he was, and he's like, no, you're an amazing person. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
have your back no matter what. And then you have the Vespa bullies. Oh man, this stupid kid. God, what was his name? Um, Ercole. Oh my God, Ercole. That stupid Ercole. Oh my goodness. Like, I am Ercole. Yeah, that kid was a real jerk, and he gets his comeuppance, and you're just like, yes, just perfect.
And then they made a short called
Ciao,
Ciao
Alberto.
Alberto,
Yeah,
which was also really good with Massimo and Alberto.
yeah. That
Uh,
was
You should
I
check it out.
yeah, if you haven't, it's short. It's what, is it 15 minutes
Like
long? Or?
12 minutes,
Yeah,
15 minutes.
it's good. It's really
Also
good.
on Disney Plus. So
I mean, all these are Pixar, so they're all on Disney Plus.
yeah.
I know we've have it the greats, that we've always mentioned before, like, obviously the Toy Stories, the Bugs Life and Wally. Like, I think Wally was the beginning of the whole, like, hey, we can also like fit in some big serious stuff into it. I think that was like the Wally was like the real game changer, because like Finding Nemo, Incredibles, or was it Ratatouille? Like Ratatouille snuck in some stuff in there too.
hmm
But I would say low key, that's the one I think I need to go back and rewatch is Ratatouille, because now there's a whole ride at Epcot. But
Which is great, by the way.
I have not been, but that's awesome that you have.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I think personally, I think I need to go back. And now, if you saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, it makes sense to watch Ratatouille.
you
You kind of have to.
you gotta watch it.
Oh
I
man, you kind of have to.
I would want to do a whole Pixar kind of
Like
That's
watch
day,
along.
that's
I
what
guess.
like
I
a
was
Pixar
just
day.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like
We'll have
watch all the movies, like, in release order, and then watch the shorts that kind of
One thing that
came
we
with
want
them.
I would want to talk about at a later point is the shorts that they have. They have some
Oh, like the shorts that were
like
done in front of hand. Oh yeah.
before the movie, which they didn't do one for Lightyear, did
No,
they?
they didn't do one
They
for
did
Lightyear.
not,
I was
yeah.
surprised.
Interesting.
Paperman is probably still the best one.
I like
Which one
Jerry's
is
game.
which one is that one?
The Paperman was the one with the guy doing the paper airplanes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the best one. Like
I
that one's
don't remember
I
that.
like Jerry's game
Jerry's game's good.
and Piper. Is that the one with the little bird?
Bird, yeah.
Yes, that's the
That
one with
one
the
was
little
pretty
bird.
Because
But
like I haven't seen a good number of those. I mean, the Jerry's game one, that's like a classic
Classic.
one.
yeah,
It's the guy that ends up being in like Toy Story 2.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, Paperman is on Disney Plus. That is probably my favorite Disney short.
I'll watch it.
Hands
Which
down.
I've seen that
which
one.
movie did that play in front of?
It came out in 2012.
Oh,
So,
so it's
Cars 2?
recent.
no, God, no,
I mean, Cars 3. Sorry, Cars 3.
no. I was
Because it was 2012. I think it was Cars 3.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It. Oh, that doesn't.
Yeah,
count.
it's not again. They're not Pixar's, but like it was in front of Wreck-It Ralph. But if we're gonna talk about just shorts in general, but
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking of like Pixar shorts.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also like For the
Oh,
Birds.
the Pixar shorts.
The
For the Birds is another good one. Sorry, I understood this as like the Disney shorts that came up.
no,
before
no,
that,
the
it's
but-
for the-
Pixar shorts.
Is
Yeah,
For the
the
Birds the
Pixar
one with
shorts.
like the birds on the electrical
the-
wire
yeah.
and
Yes.
the big bird?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
It's pretty cool how some of them started off doing the shorts and then got their feature movie.
Yeah.
Like the directors. I think the one that did La Luna ended up doing the movie Luca.
Yeah. Dude, look, same thing with I think Bao.
Bao
and,
did Inside Out.
no,
No.
Inside
No,
Out
no,
was
no,
Turning Red.
No, Turning Red.
No, sorry, Turning Red.
Turning
Yeah,
Red,
yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I just saw Inside Out.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it was Turning Red.
All right, nice. I think yeah. So there's definitely I think like 26 now Pixar films with Lightyear that just came out. Yeah, I think I'm about 26 total Pixar films.